Very well. I'll ask the doctor to call. Yes. Yes, I'll tell him. I don't know. Whichever doctor's available. Yes, if he can. All right, goodbye now. Oh, it's you. She's not here yet.
Well, she's overslept again.
Probably.
Well, how is everything with you?
Oh, chaos as usual. Dr. Ramsey's got flu, so we've had to try and fit all his patients in with the other doctors. We're going to be here all day at this rate. And those two little boys are driving me mad. They're running around putting all the leaves off the plants. And when their mother tells them to sit down, they just shout, take no notice of her. Why she doesn't clip them both round the ear, I don't know. Little devils. Doctor Surgery, good morning.
Yes, and I take this.
What is your name, please?
Sandra, I must get that stupid cough fixed. It's ridiculous. Let's get into my office. We'll have a cup of coffee. Morning, Mrs. Wright. Would you put the kettle on? Yep. So, how are you then? Anything exciting happened to you since last week?
No, you?
No. How's the course going?
Quite good. We had some very good lectures this week. I was surprised.
Oh, my.
Well, I thought they'd be boring, just a case of filling in time before you qualify.
Oh, and surprise, surprise, you find there actually is something to learn. What did you think? You could just come out of the hospital, take off your uniform and knock on someone's door and say, hey, presto, I'm a health visitor. There's a bit more to it than that, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, 2 new babies. Mrs. Thorne, oh, she wanted a girl, that's nice. She's got another little boy of 3, Michael. We used to see quite a lot of her when he was younger, at the clinic. Well, we'll not have to stay long there. Dooley. Don't know them.
Morning!
Morning.
Trudy, how long since you saw Mr. Cartwright?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, perhaps you'd like to call in, see how he's coping.
Yes, sure, any particular reason?
Well, I just had one on the family in. Nothing specific, but well, he's getting on a bit. Might like Meals on Wheels or something.
Yes, fine, I'll call today.
Oh, no rush. Whenever you can fit it in. Bye.
Cartwright. Burton Road. He's an amazing old bloke, this one. 88. Does all his own shopping, cleaning, everything. Or he has a home help once a week, but that's all.
Trudy, couldn't I take over 1 or 2 families of my own?
Look, I know I've let you do a couple of jobs on your own, but you're not ready to go completely solo yet. I'll be only too glad when you can take some of the work off my shoulders. But I've got to be sure you can cope, because it's still my ultimate responsibility.
Most of the others on the course have got their own families.
Well, I can't help that. I've got to think of the clients.
I suppose I better wait till I finish my training then.
Oh, come on. There's no need to sulk over it. It won't be long, I promise you. Now, where's that coffee? What's the name of that boy now? Ah, now. If we're going to Sanderson Road for that new baby, Dooley, there's another family nearby. I haven't seen them for a while. Butler. That's right. The youngest, Richard. He's just about due to start his inoculations. Well, we'll call in a reminder. She's a nice woman, quiet but friendly. You'll like her. Coffee. Wonderful.
stand over there. Come on then, you're pretty boy. All right, then, good boy. Up we go. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, sit. Right. Shh, shh, shh. Right, off we go. Come on, Elizabeth, what are you waiting for? Come on.
She never stopped talking.
Wasn't that accent amazing? Could hardly understand a word of it, could you?
I hope she doesn't come to the clinic. She'll scare all the other mothers away.
That poor baby. Imagine stuck with that for 24 hours of a day.
Oh, he takes after her, I'm sure.
Yeah.
With those lungs. He probably screams so loudly himself he can't hear her. Now, Mrs. Butler. I know she lives in one of those flats in the converted houses in Mowbray Gardens. What number is it?
I know it's very boring for you being stuck here for so long when you don't feel ill at all, but you must remember that some of the other children aren't feeling at all well. And it's not very nice for them having a noisy model aeroplane flying round the ward. So when your father comes in, I'll give it to him and he can keep it at home for you. All right?
I suppose so.
Off you go then. Just after lunch, are you, nurse?
Yes, sister.
What are we going to do with that boy? Of course, his father doesn't help giving him toys like this. He's in hospital, not a holiday camp.
He'll probably bring him something even worse this afternoon.
And twice as expensive. The money he spends on him doesn't bear thinking about. Spoiling him terribly, in my opinion.
He encourages Tony in his bad behaviour as well. I heard Tony boasting to him yesterday about how he locked Nurse Grant in the linen cupboard. He was laughing his head off.
Well, he's probably trying to make up to the boy because he hasn't got a mother. Some parents are like that.
What were the names again?
Elizabeth and Richard.
Perhaps she's out.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time to come down, especially if she's at the top.
It's all right. She's just looking us over to make sure we're not after the family silver.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes?
Trudy Broadbent, health visitor.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry I didn't recognise you.
Hello, Richard. We just called by to see how you was getting on. And Elizabeth, of course.
Yes, well, come in.
This is Miss Ling. She's a student. She's coming round with me learning the ropes.
Hello.
Hello. It's up the stairs, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Hello, Elizabeth. This is Sandra.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Do sit down.
Oh, thanks.
Would you like a coffee?
No, thanks. We're going to lunch soon.
She's a little bit shy, I'm afraid. She'll probably take a moment or two to get used to you.
She's grown, hasn't she? Does she say anything yet?
Well, she's not really stringing sentences together. She says things like bye-bye and daddy, you know.
Not Mummy.
No, I suppose she reckons she can manage without that.
What, she just has to scream and you come running, I suppose. Now, Richard. Hello. Hello. Part of the reason we called was to remind you that Richard's just about due to start his inoculations. We usually do the first one at around 6 months.
Yes, of course, I'll bring him along.
Any Wednesday afternoon between 2 and 4. Now, don't leave it too long.
No, I won't. I've been meaning to come to the clinic for ages, but somehow with two of them it just seems so much more difficult.
Yes, I'm sure.
It'll be easier when she can walk a little bit further. At the moment I've got to push them both so we don't go very far.
So, how are you managing? I should think it's pretty hard work, isn't it?
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, if you're tied down with one, you might as well be tied down with two. It's harder in other ways, though, because she's still in nappies, so I've always got lots of those to do.
Well, you'll be out of those soon, though, won't you, eh?
I hope so. She doesn't seem to be showing much enthusiasm for the idea at the moment.
Oh, she will.
I'm looking forward to when they're older and can play together.
So, how's he getting on? Any problems?
No, you're a good boy, aren't you, eh? Come on. We had a little bit of trouble getting him off the 10 o'clock feed, but we sorted it out in the end, didn't we, eh?
Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter with you then?
Such a temper, that one. She does some real tantrums sometimes.
Well, it's a very frustrating age, that. They want to communicate and they don't know how. It must be awful.
Yes, I suppose that's it. I get a little bit worried sometimes when she holds her breath. You know, she goes bright red. Good. It's strange the way they do that, isn't it? Is it because they know the effect it has?
Oh, no. It's just that they have such strong emotions at that age and no control. It's part of the anger and frustration that builds up inside them, so they have to let it out.
Oh, I see.
Don't worry, it's quite normal. She got used to the idea of having a younger brother yet?
Oh, yes, I think so. No, she hasn't given in very gracefully. She still makes it quite plain that she thinks of him as an intruder. And of course, David doesn't help because he's so besotted with his son. Doesn't really have much time for her. Well, that's not very fair, is it? Of course he's got time for her, but she's very much aware that she has to share him now.
And you.
Well, yes, of course. Poor little thing. You can have a nasty needle stuck in your arm, eh? I hope you don't scream the place down. Do you remember Elizabeth practically tore the roof off? I was so embarrassed.
Well, she didn't like it. Who's to blame her?
Well, you'd better behave a little bit better than that, or the butlers will get a reputation for being a feeble lot. Yes, they will.
Well, I suppose we better be going. We've another call to make before lunch.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Now, don't forget, any Wednesday afternoon between 2 and 4.
I won't forget.
And you might bring him to the Well Baby Clinic. He's not had his 6-month checkup yet, has he?
No.
See you soon, then.
All right.
Bye-bye. Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Say goodbye.
Don't bother to come down.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now then, let's see if you want any more of your lunch, eh? Come on. Cheeky boy.
Did you see those bruises?
What?
The bruises on the little girl.
No.
Well, there was one here and there was a group over here, like fingertip bruising.
What?
Fingertip bruising, as in non-accidental injury.
Non-accidental injury? You're not suggesting that child's been battered.
But the bruises matched my hand, just like they said.
Who said?
I had a lecture on it yesterday.
What lecture?
On non-accidental injury. There was a picture of this kid with bruises, just like the little girl's, and she had more marks on her besides. And they said that it was up to us as health visitors. We were in a unique position to spot these things before it went too far. They said it was very important we should keep our eyes open, because if we let things like that slip past us, it could be tragic.
Look, I know how you feel. These things are horrific.
But that's not all there is to it. Well, there are a lot of things to be taken into account in a diagnosis of non-accidental injury. Well, home background, for one. Now, even if I were to take your suggestion seriously, there's absolutely no evidence from my knowledge of the family over a fairly long period of time to support any notion that that child's being battered.
What about the bruises?
Well, it could have been anything. Children her age are always bruising themselves.
Well, it was the fingertip pattern, I'm telling you.
Listen, you had the lecture yesterday. This thing is still very much on your mind.
So aren't you going to do anything?
Are you aware of what would happen if I did? The entire social services department would swing into violent and frenzied activity. That poor woman would be visited and questioned, and children would be whisked into hospital in search for the slightest scratch, and the entire family would be subjected to all sorts of pressure.
So what? I would have thought her attitude...
She's got 2 children under 2. That's hard work. She's probably completely exhausted, poor woman. Look, next time I see them, I promise I'll keep my eyes open. Now, let's just leave it for the moment, all right? Mr. Cartwright lives down here. He'll be one of yours when you get clients of your own. Look, why don't you take over and I'll do the listening for a change. You've read the notes. Should be able to manage.
Okay.
Judy. Whoa! Pass the tissues. Yeah. Now watch this. Fantastic fun this. I used to do it in a children's home I was in once. Used to have competitions to see who could stick the most tissues on the ceiling. Bet you I can get Yogi right in the eye. See that?
Let me try.
Ready?
Help me.
Go on. Oh, he's laughing at you. Go on. Anyway.
Bet you can't hit that light.
Oh, easy. Be quiet! Quiet, all of you! Now, who did that? Who did it? As if I didn't know.
Oh, that was such a fool asking him how he was when he looked so well. When I mentioned meals on wheels, I wish the ground had swallowed us up. What was it he said he was cooking?
So morning.
What was that?
Fish.
I gathered that. You know, I don't know why they ask us to visit people like that. It seems a waste of time, really.
Well, you can't know that till you've been, can you? We don't see Mr. Cartwright often, once every few months, something like that. People like that are funny. They'll struggle on for years rather than ask for help. So you have to keep in touch with them so that when they do need help, you can offer it quietly and tactfully.
Well, he doesn't need help. He can look after himself better than I can.
Oh, don't you believe it? That's what he'd like you to think. He loves to see you sitting there gazing at him as if he was the 8th wonder of the world.
Well, he is, isn't he?
Oh, clients like him are difficult. You have to tread carefully and try and work out for yourself what their needs are. Because if you let them fool you into thinking everything's lovely, you're not doing your job. Still, I don't think we need worry about Mr. Cartwright for the moment. We'll mark him down for another visit in a couple of months. When you'll have him all to yourself, you lucky girl.
You all right, nurse?
Yes, it was just a bit sticky, that's all.
Well, I told him to apologise, so we'll just leave it at that, shall we?
Oh, but
After
surely
all, the poor boy is probably bored to tears. It's not surprising he gets up to mischief once in a while.
Once in a while? You can't turn your back for a moment.
I know, but nurse, it's not easy for a child without a mother. You better see what they're up to. And whatever you do, don't lose your temper with him. That's the worst way to deal with him.
There you go.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
put those away, would you? They're all done now. Yes. Yes, that's fine. What are you looking at?
The Butler file.
What for?
Well, I haven't read it. She came to the clinic a lot, didn't she?
You're the first one, yes.
Seems to have had a lot of problems.
They weren't really problems. She was just one of those mothers that needed reassuring all the time.
You mean she was making a lot of fuss about nothing?
Yes, I suppose so. A lot of mothers are like that with their first babies, terrified of doing the wrong thing. It's just insecurity.
You know what you said about Mr. Cartwright? That we shouldn't let him fool us into thinking everything's all right. Don't you think the same could apply to Mrs. Butler?
What do you mean?
Well, if there was something wrong, she'd be a person like Mr. Cartwright who'd be very good at covering things up. It's just in this lecture, one of the things they said was that before injury occurs, the parent often takes the child to the doctor or to the clinic, demanding medical attention when there is nothing wrong. When the doctor says that everything's perfectly normal, the parent can't believe it, so they take the child back again and again and again, often with different excuses. It's just that they cannot accept that the child's behaviour is normal. And quite often they have an unrealistic expectation of what that child ought to be able to do, which is another reason why they think there's something wrong with it.
Yes, I know all that.
Look, she came to the clinic every week till that child was 16 months and over, and in that time she visited the doctor 12 times, that's once a month.
Yes, well, the child was difficult, wouldn't sleep and so on.
Who told you that? Her? In all that time, the doctor could find nothing wrong with her. It was simply a case of reassuring the mother, right? Then when the second child was born, she came 2 or 3 times and then stopped. That's a bit odd, isn't it? When she came so often before. Perhaps that's when it started, and she couldn't come in case somebody noticed.
Yes, I suppose that is a bit strange. So you reckon it was fingertip bruising? Where exactly?
On the forehead, here and here.
I didn't notice anything except for that little scab on her face there.
Look, the bruising was very faint.
Oh, all right, I suppose we better go back and have another look. But you've got to promise to abide by my decision. I don't want you stirring up trouble for me in the department.
Oh, of course not.
People are very touchy about this sort of thing at the moment. If I decide she's all right, then not a word to anybody, see? She's my responsibility. If I'm wrong, I'll take the blame.
All right.
Right, then. We'll go when we finish these calls. You better think up some good excuse or that poor woman's going to wonder what the hell we're playing at.
Oh, you might look where you're going. There's one mascot. I mean, look where I'm going. You've got a nerve. Well, it was all your fault suddenly coming out like that. I think I'll tell Sister now. Mascot hurts a lot.
Sister's gone to tea.
Well, when she comes back, then.
Now listen, Tony Evans, I've had just about enough of you. You've made everyone's lives a misery on this ward. I think it's about time you changed your ways and learned some manners. And you can start by helping me clear up this mess. Well, come on then. When we've done this, you can give me a hand to dish out tea. I reckon the only way to keep you under control is to not let you out of my sight. Your scar doesn't really hurt, does it? No. Come on then, give me those bits and we'll put them in the bin.
Hello, Tony. You giving Miss Moran a hand? There's a good boy.
Come on.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Butler. The thing is, I've lost a ring. I'm always fiddling with it. It must have dropped off. It's silver. You haven't come across it by any chance?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm sorry.
Would you mind if I come in and have a look around? It might have slipped down the side of a chair or something.
Well, it's a little bit difficult.
Thanks very much.
please, go in. I'm sorry about this. Oh, that's all right. Where are the children? Oh, Richard's upstairs playing in his cot. Where's Elizabeth? Oh, she's in the bathroom. Oh dear, I left her sitting on the loo. She must have fallen off. To get her to the hospital straight away.
Come on, darling. Come on, there's a good girl. Come on, darling.
Bet you can't do that from standing over here.
Course I can.
Go on then. Wait, that was cheating. You leant forward. Come here.
Bloody Tom, stop this at once. Go back in the bathroom and finish doing your teeth, both of you. And then you can clear up the mess.
Better get that spare bed ready in there, nurse. We've got a new admission.
Yes, sister.
The child's injuries were found to be quite extensive. Apart from the laceration on the forehead, there was a fracture of the right humerus and subcutaneous bruising across the back. There was evidence of old fingertip bruising on the forehead, and she was also suffering from a subdural hematoma with bruises down the front of each shoulder, which could be assumed to be the site of thumb pressure during forcible shaking. In my opinion, there's no doubt at all that these injuries had a non-accidental cause. The child's been admitted to the pediatric ward, and I recommend that a place of safety order be obtained for her as soon as possible.
Well, that's that. That's only the beginning. Still, we've done our bit for the moment. I should say thanks or something. Well, if we hadn't gone back, I might never have known.
It's just as well we arrived when we did.
Yes. But thanks for insisting.
Where's the mother gone?
Oh, home. The baby was hungry.
Did she say anything?
No. She still maintains it was an accident. It's going to be quite a shock for her.
What?
Being found out. She's not going to take it that easily.
Tough cheese. You can hardly expect sympathy, not now.
I'm sure she won't.
Violence breeds violence, they say, and it's true, isn't it? When I saw that little girl, I want to smash that woman.
Yes, I know.
However hard I try, I can't understand why a person would do a thing like that. I don't know. You come up against these things and you realise you don't know anything. Not only about them, but about yourself. I mean, could I do a thing like that? Could I?
Now, look, you must stop worrying. Mainly thanks to you, that child's being well taken care of and she'll bounce back in no time. Now, you've done your bit and you've got to forget all about it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Go on, go off home and put your feet up.
I left some things in your office. They'll be all right till tomorrow, won't they?
Oh, yes, fine. I'll see you then.
I think it's about time you put that away, young man. Come on. You need your beauty sleep as much as the rest of us.
All right.
Good night, Tony.
Good night, nurse.
After all, to her time. You won't be back for some
Got
time.
through them quicker than yesterday.
Ah, Trudy. I've just been on the phone to Mrs. Butler, as you suggested.
Oh, yes.
She's agreed to a sedative. But I think it might be more helpful if she had a chat with someone. I'd go myself, but she'd find it easier with a woman. If you'd like to pop in this prescription, see that she takes it all right?
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry. You're terribly busy.
Oh, no, no more than usual.
Meaning yes, I suppose. Oh, well, it shouldn't take too long. Why don't you take that student of yours? She knows all about it.
No, no.
Well, let me know how you get on anyway.
Yes, of course.
God, I'm exhausted. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning.
Why?
Well, I had to do some work. I should have done it last night, but I couldn't face it. Anyway, I can go home this afternoon, have a lovely hot bath.
Haven't you got any lectures?
No, it's Thursday, half day.
Oh, yes.
How are things with you? Any more dramas?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. Just chaos, as usual.
Oh,
They got the court order.
oh good.
For the baby as well. They took him this morning.
Why, is she bashing him too?
Maybe. They're not taking any chances.
Good. A good thing if she never gets her hands on them again.
You couldn't do something for me, could you?
Yeah, sure. What?
Go and see Mrs. Butler.
You what?
There's a prescription for her here. Dr. Greenwood would like somebody to deliver it. Personally.
Why?
Because she's a bit upset. Might help if she had somebody to talk to.
You want me to go around there and be all sympathetic and understanding after what she's done?
Yes, I do.
Why? I
Listen,
don't even...
Sandra, she's just another client. And you have no right to judge her. No right at all. Look, I know you were horrified by what she'd done, but you've got to learn to control your feelings. Whatever you may feel about her in private, you must treat Mrs. Butler with exactly the same consideration as you would any other client. Now, if that's impossible, this job's not for you. We're here to help anyone who needs us, anyone at all, whatever they've done and whatever we may feel about them. Now, you go round there, and you be as kind and sympathetic to Mrs. Butler as you would to any other woman who's in a state of shock and bewilderment. Exercise some of that compassion, which presumably brought you into the job in the first place. And afterwards, you can come back here and take out all your anger and disapproval on me. I can take it. She can't. All right?
All right. The doctor gave me a prescription to give to you. Can I come in, please?
They've taken the children, didn't you know?
Yes, I do know. I've come to see you.
Why?
Well, see how you are, see you're all right. Could I come in, please?
That's what you want.
Here's your prescription. It's just for a few sedatives to tide you over for a few days. Must have been a terrible shock for you, all this. Got anybody you can talk to? Any friends or relatives? Anybody who can come round and stay with you? I think it's best that you're not on your own at the moment.
I am all right.
What about your husband?
Look, leave me alone. I don't need you. Why do you have to come round here asking stupid questions?
I only want to help, Mrs. Butler.
Do you? Do you really? I don't know what you want me to say. Thank you? Or perhaps you want me to grovel a bit, say I'm sorry, I've been a bad girl. I promise I won't do it again.
No, Mrs. Butler, I don't want anything from you.
Then why have you come here?
I was told to.
You don't like me, do you?
No, but...
I can't say I blame you. This morning, the social worker said I wasn't to blame myself. This sort of thing is far more common than people realize. He was so reasonable, so sympathetic. And all the time I was thinking, this must be an act. He must be pretending. He must hate me. Everybody must hate me.
I don't hate you, Mrs. Butler. I hate what you've done. I'm sure the social worker doesn't hate you either. It's part of his job to deal with cases like yours.
Does that make it any better?
I'll go now.
Oh, do you have to? Just for a minute. I've been sitting here since they left, doing nothing. I couldn't. Everywhere I moved, there was something of Richard's. I couldn't bear it. I tried to tell them that Richard was different. I couldn't have hurt him. I couldn't. It was no good. I had to take him, they said, just for a few days. But now he's gone. Will I ever get him back?
Look, they've taken the kids to give you a break. Give things time to calm down so you can decide what's best.
Place of safety order. That's what it's called. I should be the one that protects them from danger. I would die before I'd let Richard get a scratch. How can two children be so different? It's not just me, you know. Everybody notices. David's mother said what a lovely baby Richard was, not at all like Elizabeth. She was always so sullen and intractable.
Well, perhaps she felt unloved.
You can't make yourself love someone. If it isn't there, it isn't there.
Well, did you try?
Of course I tried. I tried desperately. I'm not stupid. But the thoughts of living with a child that I didn't love, didn't even like, for the next 16 years... I kept thinking it would get better as she got older, but...
Well, it still might.
Maybe.
What about your husband? How does he feel about her?
David? Well, he doesn't have much to do with the children. Well, he's proud of them, of course, especially Richard. But he doesn't see them very much. He doesn't really know what they're like.
Does he care for them?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, the idea of them. But he doesn't like babies. I mean, he won't hold them or anything like that. He's afraid of dropping them. He won't even push the pram.
Have you told him about what's happened?
No.
Why?
I couldn't. You see, he was working late at the office last night. He didn't get in till 8:30, and he was tired. I just couldn't.
Didn't he wonder where Elizabeth was?
Well, I told him that she was in the hospital. I said that she'd had an accident. Nothing serious.
And wasn't he worried?
Well, yes, of course he was. But you see, he saw that I had it all under control. You see, the children are my concern. If I say they're all right, they're all right. He doesn't interfere. He doesn't want to. He just leaves them to me. I just wish he didn't have to know what really happened. He can't stand failure or weakness. You see, he thinks that I'm strong and capable. He's always saying how wonderfully I cope. What's he going to do when he knows that I can't cope at all?
Look, he'll understand.
Will he? I wonder. Nothing will ever be the same again, will it? I've been found out. Nobody will trust me anymore. I'll never get it back again. That feeling of security, never.
Look, try not to take it so hard. The pressure's off you now. It'll be better. And we're all on your side. All of us. You'd better believe that.
But will they let me have the children back?
Look, I'm sure they will. Look, they don't want to separate the kids from the parents. I mean, they'll do the best to see you get together again. I mean, they want to help. And from now on, you won't have to cope on your own anymore.
Well, that's what the social worker said this morning. He said it should be a relief. And it's true, in some ways it is. Not pretending anymore. If only they hadn't taken Richard.
Well, that would have been too easy, wouldn't it? Well, let's face it, you don't like Elizabeth much, do you? I mean, if they'd only taken her, it wouldn't have bothered you, would it? But this way, well, it's very bad. And you can say exactly what's happened.
This is true. If they'd only taken Elizabeth, it wouldn't have surprised me. But you see, I didn't want to hurt her. It's just that she's so stupid. Sometimes she just cries and cries and there's nothing I can do. She just doesn't respond to me. She doesn't care. And eventually I just lose control, but it is not deliberate. It's just the only way to get through.
Look, it's over now. And between us, we can make sure it doesn't happen again. From now on, things can only get better.
getting well, isn't she? I'll see you inside in a minute. All right, and we'll have a longer talk. Thanks very much. Right, bye-bye. Hello. How'd you get on?
Not too bad.
How is she?
Well as can be expected.
And you talked to her?
Yes. She did most of the talking, really. It's all right, it went quite well. I didn't jump on her and say she was an abomination and a disgrace. I didn't even mildly disapprove. I was a picture of sympathetic concern and impartiality. Well, almost. No, I felt quite sorry for her in the end. She said she's going up to see the baby later in the nursery and that she's going to visit Elizabeth in hospital tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. The thing she's most worried about is telling her husband.
Well, don't they get on?
No, it's not that. It's just that she's been trying to be somebody she's not for so long, she doesn't know how he's going to take it.
He's probably just as responsible as she is in a different way. That's something they'll maybe come to realise with a bit of help. Will you tell the social worker?
Yeah, sure. You know, it's funny. While she was talking, I suddenly realised how easy it might have been me. I mean, if I was married and had kids and things. I don't know, it's just... I suddenly knew exactly what she meant.
That's good. Well, as you're here, you might as well help me with these babies. Would you mind? And if Mrs. Dooley turns up, she's all yours.
Oh, thanks.